Welcome to Frostpunk. Frostpunk 2 is about to come out. I figured we revisit the original, play the original scenario, and see how that goes. So let's hit select scenario and go for a new home. To preserve civilization from the chaos of its own downfall, we have fled to the end of the world. We'll have to adapt to survive. Who will we become in the process?
We roam the still, cold world. No horizon in sight. The rulers of old, stripped of pride and glory. It feels as yesterday we were turning the wheels of progress. Until the frost stopped it all. Suddenly, without a warning. When tides had changed, they changed for all of us, no matter wealth or class. We've lost our world to snow. And with it, our last traces of humanity. We bid farewell to plenty, and for those who remained came the time to adapt. We decided to leave our homes and head north. We roamed for weeks, maybe months, leaving behind all the things we once believed had made us. It was hope that pushed us forward. Slowly, step by step. We knew the cost of our journey, and we paid the price 100 times. Finally, the time has come to build the last city on Earth.
Cool. Pun sort of intended. We fled from London and crossed the sea to reach the frozen north. On the way, our convoy was hit by a blizzard and scattered. So we have other people from that convoy that we just saw in that cutscene scattered across the map. A handful of us managed to reach the site of this generator, only to find it frozen solid and abandoned. Why is no one here? Did any of our people survive the blizzard? Are there any others out there? Whatever we do, we should expect the worst now that the world as we know it has crumbled. We have to survive. Good stuff. We need to get the generator working. It provides heat and power to other buildings. Without it, we'll freeze to death. Stockpile some coal and start the generator. All right, we're going to keep the tutorials like that on, just so we can all know exactly what's going on. But obviously, at the center of this city and this little crevasse here is all we have to build in. We've got this generator. It needs coal to run. There's coal here and here. There's some coal deposits out here, though we're going to add an extra challenge and not use those. We're going to use the coal thumpers. And we're also going to try to use all the good laws. Now, there's bad laws like prostitution and child labor, but we're going to try to avoid all that and just try to keep it as positive and as good as we can. So let's start that off by setting up child shelters. Children will be safer if they stay in child shelters during the day, and they won't cause any mischief. And then we'll be able to sign a new law in 18 hours. So we'll have access to a new building, Hope will rise. Providing all children with a place in the child shelter gives a permanent hope bonus. You'll have to build a child shelter. So let's sign that.
Listen, everyone. New law is signed.
Though that's not the first thing we really want to do. We want to build a little something like that. And then I just want to measure this. Okay, hold on. We're not going yet. Oh. I guess I'm going to have to figure this out. Hold on. Close that. Gathering post, we don't have the resources for both, so we're going to have to just put this in here. I think I want it... Well, it's either there or there. Let's put it there. Hopefully we won't regret that. All right, and then we're going to assign lots of people to get coal. That's the whole point. And then we're going to make sure we have lots of people to get steel. And then we'll leave 5 people to build the gathering post. Now the key here is that people will build at night as well, but if you have people who aren't employed in buildings, they'll build during the day as well. So just trying to get a few of these things built kind of as quickly as possible. I'm looking at putting in some research capability, maybe. We can rotate this building so it's fits in the same space as a tent.
Workday ends. It's time off.
We have just enough wood to build 1 tent. So we'll put that in and we'll start up the generator. Start generating some heat. The generator hums with reassuring warmth, but we shouldn't take it for granted. If the generator goes down, the city dies. Be mindful of coal reserves. Now, food. There'll be no city if we starve to death. Secure a way to provide raw food and build a cookhouse to prepare meals. And then we'll promise to provide shelter for everyone. It's going to be a wood day tomorrow. I should probably switch these guys over to wood. We're about to hit extreme temperature drop here in 2 more days. So there's a certain amount of stuff we do need to get done before then. I am going to stay on that steel. We're going to get this anyway, so I'm going to switch these people over to this stack. We're not building anything right now, so we can put them over here as well. So you've got workers and engineers. Some jobs only workers can do. Some jobs only engineers can do. Some jobs don't care who does them. Okay, so now we've got 1 person who's fallen ill. I'm going to pass the soup law. We can cook soup instead of full meals to feed more people with the same amount of raw food. New recipe soup available in the cookhouse. Hope will fall slightly. Discontent will rise slightly. Eating soup will cause discontent. So It's bad news, but
Hear me, hear me. New law in the city.
food is better than no food, and it's definitely better than sawdust. I hate soup. Anything to calm down the grumbling stomach. All right.
Get going. Time to earn your bread.
Let's... Oh, I gotta employ engineers in that building. Let's... Ooh, these first couple of days are tough sometimes. As far as, like, which choices you make. I think we'll just put in the tents. Or at least enough to get the line out to this coal deposit area. I want to make sure that we have just enough. Yeah, that looks right. Building roads costs wood, so very little is free in this game. We'll go out to there. And then I think we might also look to put in this gathering post. This one's pretty temporary. And now that we have enough wood, start the research on the steam hub.
Workday ends. It's off time.
All right, so we put soup into place as an option. And I think I'm going to take emergency shift. Sometimes we have to concentrate on the task at hand at the cost of everything else or die. New ability, you can force workers in any facility to work for 24 hours. Now, I'm not really trying to look forward to that. It's better to have it than to not have it. But I'm just also trying to get all of these options knocked out. And it doesn't take anything because you can only sign so many laws so often. And this law doesn't require a building. So I can just sign it, not put out another building,
Law has passed.
and keep going. Right, so these guys are saying the number of sick is rising and we don't have enough material to build medical posts. Perhaps a short burst of effort could help us gather the necessary resources. Emergency shift law. Yeah, right. Not now. All right, I promised to provide shelter for everyone. We're definitely going to do that. We actually have a decent amount of steel. Oh, we got to do that research for the steel first. One thing you have to remember is if you gather resources directly, it's colder than if you gather resources from a gathering post. So it's both more efficient and safer to gather from the gathering post. That's why I built this gathering post here. And I built one out here to grab this coal. Can't grab the wood like that, but we can grab the coal. And we need the coal to keep the generator going. But we have way too many sick people.
Work time. Get moving.
I'm going to drop some tents in here. Get those covered. Sir, a woman came forward after we built the workshop. She said that her husband and daughter didn't reach the city with the main group, but she's sure they're still out there. She wants to join the first scout team we send out. All right. And health. 25 wood. Oh, we haven't put in any medical tents. We definitely need to do that. All right, steam. Perfect timing. And we need a little bit more wood, but that's okay. Tech steam hub. So we're going to put a little steam hub out here. Keep that going. We're going to put one here. Keep that going. I don't think we need this stuff. If anything, I'd want to put one over here. We need a little bit more wood. Heater's always good. Beacon is critical. Let's put in the beacon. And then we'll build the cookhouse next. We've got room for another law. I'm going to put the extended shift in. Building a city in the frozen hell requires sacrifice. People will get more done if they work longer shifts. So you can just... They have a standard shift and an extended shift. Again, not desperate to use that, but we want to have the option. Let's bring these guys out of that, I think. And put them over here to gather this coal. Oh, we already got that going. Okay, all right, all right. So we need to get the food, I think would be nice next. All right, they want us to build another medical tent. Actually, are we in the midst of building that? Is that kind of cheating? And then let's put down this additional steam hub right... Wait, I already put one down up here, didn't I? Yeah, right there. So let's put one right about... I think... here. And you know what? We will put in... I want to put another workshop in, actually, but we need to save wood for the beacon. And we need to get the cookhouse in. Let's move some people around. Let's see. We've got engineers working here. We'll make those workers. And then engineers have to work the medical post. Got lucky on that one. Let's also put in the child shelter. Uh-oh. We don't have enough wood. Luckily, we have enough builders to put it in, so we've got somebody who's gravely ill. Blah. We waited too long to put that medical post in. I think we can get it.
Wrap up well. The frost is here.
Oh, that child shelter opportunity is gone.
Work time. Get moving.
I'll still do it, even though I'm not going to get the bonus from it. But now I guess I've got a little more time, so let's put this cookhouse in place. Oh, I didn't put this in exactly a good spot, because now I can't place this very easily. I guess we could put it here. Draw that like that. We're going to put this on sustain life. So our other option is to do radical treatment. We'll try everything to cure the gravely ill, from invasive surgery to amputations. The gravely ill will be treated in medical posts. Hope or raised slightly. 30% of the gravely ill treating the medical posts will be left as amputees. If that happens, then discontent rises slightly. Or, we can't cure the gravely ill, but we can at least keep them alive. We won't risk dangerous amputations with radical treatment. After introduction of this law, another one can be passed. So we'll keep them alive in the medical tent, but we won't be able to help them right away. We'll have to wait until we can upgrade our medical facilities.
Hear me. New law in the city.
One of our people is gravely ill. If you sign the radical treatment law, the gravely ill will be treated in the medical post, but may undergo risky amputations as a result. Alternatively, you may sign the sustained life law to keep them alive until we build an infirmary. Yeah, I'm like one conversation ahead of the game. Not to say that I'm ahead of the game, I'm just saying just one conversation ahead of the game. All right, let's put in a... Oh. We're not ready to put anything else in right now. Cookhouse is the next thing we need to worry about. Need just a touch of wood. We'll switch this over to the soup recipe. Get the people going in there. We'll put in our road to the beacon. Oh boy. Yes, like that. Beacon really doesn't need to be in a heated zone.
Workday ends. It's off time.
It's kind of a lighthouse, you know? So here's our overworld. We've got these locations that have some RNG associated with it as far as exactly what happens. But first we have to build a convoy sled that's going to cost us 40 wood. How close are we to a temperature change? Oh, temperature is actually going to increase. So I think I'm going to go for resources. Let's start with the sawmill. Secure our wood supply. People cheer as the giant observation balloon soars above the city. This is a real feat. Everyone feels proud of the work they've done to make it happen. Volunteers have lined up, eager to go looking for lost people in the Frostland. The woman who came forward earlier is among them. So we're cooking up our initial raw food. Of course, that's not going to last very long. Let's get the kids to help out as engineer apprentices. Education is the key to our future. Let's teach our children engineering so they can help with new designs.
A new law has passed. Work time. Get moving.
We'll slot in a child shelter. A note of thanks. We just wanted to thank you. Back in London, it was only the wealthy that didn't have to send their kids to work. In this new world you're creating, we can see things are different. We'll see. The discontent is very high right now, which is not good. All right, we got the sawmill. Steel is depleted. Oh boy. That's going to destroy a lot of the trees if I put it there. That might have to be okay, though. Good news is I only have to build it once. Let's put it there. All right. Everybody who's sick is at least in a medical post. We don't have the wood for any additional research, but let's think about what we want. Are we going to hit a temperature change? Actually, the temperature is going to get a little better. So heaters isn't necessary right now. I'm thinking coal thumper, just to secure the coal supply, since this one is running low. So cool. It's only -30 now.
Get to work. Move, people. There's plenty to do.
We're gonna get a coal thumper. We're gonna pump a lot of water down into the ground and force coal up to the surface so we can just gather it. Actually, I might cheat and go for drawing boards. But in order to really do that, no, you know what? We got to get the scouts going. We're losing a lot of time. It's going to take 11 hours to get the scouts out to that location. We'll do faster gathering as the next technology that I selected. I'm going to turn this so it's a little smaller. Kind of fits on the circle a little better. And then I think if I can, I want to try to reach Now that it's warmed up a bit. The only problem is we don't have access to... The gravely ill and amputees will be cared for at low cost in special homes. And then Infirmary is a technology that we have to come up with. Let's see how far away we are on that. Yeah, it's down here at the secondary level. It's here. Infirmary. Oh, it's on the 3rd level. Ooh, it's really far away. Okay. And yet again, we've got 4 people. Less than an hour, 2 hours. Okay, so there's 4 slots coming available. The rest of our people made camp here, too exhausted to go on. We should escort them to the city. We enter the camp, appearing out of the driven snow. A choir of excited voices welcomes us. Thank God you found us. We've been wandering for days until we couldn't go any longer. Soon we'd begin to starve. Children and adults surround us, packed and ready to go. So we could either escort them to the city or we could just send them. Just say, it's over there. We're just going to escort them to the city. When I'm at a target and I ask for directions, I want to be shown exactly where it is. I don't want to be just have somebody just point the way.
Move! Time to get to work.
All right. Let's see. We should turn this back on. So this coal thumper is going to make little coal piles that these guys can gather. Okay, I want to build some hunters' huts. It's heartwarming to see families reunited after so many hardships, but shouldn't there be other settlements nearby? The first expeditions left London long ago. They ought to be well established by now. They'll surely help us find our footing. We'll look for others. Crash site, gloomy cave, sturdy shelter. Go to the gloomy cave. All right, so the coal is depleted up here. There's nothing else for this place to gather, so we're just gonna decommission that gathering post. And then I think I am gonna try to build a little road right here. And then I'm gonna use some people. We need 5. Well, actually, hold on. Yeah, I could do this in a better way. Try not to get too many more gravely ill folks. So, gathering post. Well, let's see if we can see the road here. Put it so we can gather both of those. We'll put that down first, and then I think we can springboard off of that and get this steel. And then food-wise, hunters' huts.
Finish your labors, people. The work day is up.
Ugh, I'm terrible at feeding people early game. 3 days to feed everyone. We might be able to do it. Let's get the hunter's gear. Thanks to better snowshoes and enhanced camouflage, hunters setting out from the hunters' huts will return with more raw food from each hunt. I should have had heaters by now. Secondary gathering post for our coal thumper. The gloomy cave. The cave is or was inhabited. There are a number of footprints leading to the entrance. We should check to see if there's still someone alive up there. Uh-oh. I don't like it when there's a special screen. We can hear terrified shrieks coming from the cave uphill. When we come closer, several polar bears turn towards us, blocking the entrance. There are people trapped inside, and those beats are picking them off one by one. Risk attacking the bears. When our scouts attacked the bears, the people in the cave joined them, and together they drove the beast away. All right. Then they all set out towards the city. More people. Means we need to build some housing.
Move. Time to get to work.
Start hunting. What are we researching? Hunting gear. Good. People. 40 housing. Each house houses 10 people. And we're using these steam hubs to transfer the heat outside of the original, generator's ring.
Time to rest, folks. Work's out for today.
Okay, so those additional workers came in handy. We can send them out to hunt. And then I think, thinking crash site. Or we can go to the shelter. The shelter definitely sounds like people. So we built all those tents only to not have enough again. Another steam hub here to help keep these guys warm while they're doing the gathering. Hunter's hut. I think I've got enough for another one. Let's... We're at max coal right now. We need to put in an additional storage. But right now, I'm looking for some... What's our ratio right now? It's all engineers. So I need to put some engineers where workers, where I have options. Take these workers back, replace them with engineers. Let's take the steelworks so we can get that going, and then we'll put those new workers in the hunter's hut. Put in a depot so we can gather more coal.
Night is coming. Put down your tools.
The shelter is well supplied and built to withstand even the worst weather. An advanced steam heating system protects it from the cold. The shelter is comfortable and well equipped with emergency supplies. There's a notice posted by the heavy round door. To all scientists, if you use any supplies, remember to notify the quartermaster upon your return to the city. This means there's another city out there. The signpost by the trail points in two directions. London, 1934 miles. Home, 27 miles. Discovered the steel bridge. Let's make a run for the steel bridge. Since it's very close, then we'll bring all that back. We're going to set this new resource depot to gather coal. Since we're super full on coal. That'll give us more room to gather coal. Our folks are starving, though. It might have been smart to bring that food back. So our recipes, what? 2 raw food equals 5 rations. So this is 2, 10, 50. So everybody should get fed in a day.
Brace yourselves. Cold is coming.
All right, let's take a look. See how chilly everybody is. So some of these are going to warm up when the workday starts because those heaters are on. And they only click on when there's people in there. We're going to turn the heaters on for these locations as well. Obviously, you don't want your medical teams getting sick. That cascade would totally destroy you if you let it.
Time to earn your bread.
A brass plaque at the bridge tower reads, "Built by the people of Winterhome in AD 1887. The bridge is kept completely snow-free by working automaton. We stepped at the edge of the deep, wide ravine, marveling at the steel bridge spanning it, even more so at the huge automaton sweeping snow from the roadway. it would be possible to send the machine back to our city or disassemble it for resources. We're definitely sending it to the city. We reprogrammed the automaton and sent it on its way. As it disappeared in the distance, walking steadily towards our city, the first wisps of snow started to settle on the bridge. All right, I think with that, we're going to send that home with the food and other resources in hand. Steam cores, which we'll get into here momentarily. I got 9 hours left, and they're not going to get home for 15 hours, so we're gonna fail the starvation test as well. Finding the bridge to Winterhome proved that we're on the right track, but raised questions. Why was the bridge deserted? Why wasn't the automaton under the care of an engineer? There are logical explanations to it all, but our people are growing anxious. We'll find Winterhome. Okay, actually, let's call it there. I think that was a good starting place, or a good starting place. We're not doing amazing, but I think we're kind of getting our footing here. Once we get a hunting hut or two, we'll be able to crush our discontent. I think one more thing. The cemetery is easy. Let's do that. Matter of fact,
New law is signed.
I might be able to just knock that out. We'll put it right there, outside of the heat zone. And thanks for hanging out. I do appreciate it. And we'll see you next time.